must say I knew you'd be there, and yet you still caught me by surprise.
Yes, I was trying to think of the best way to get you out here nice and easily, but it's good to see you again. How are you feeling?
I'd say the same, but I still can't see you. To tell you the truth, I'm feeling quite perturbed, Vitruvius. I'm uneasy, more now than ever.
Me too.
I've learned much, perhaps more than you were there to witness, and I've much to tell you. But before I speak on anything, even if at the risk of my own safety, I need to ask if I can really trust you. You told me yourself that you promised safety to Nabubu just as you did to me.
Yes.
And yet she was the only one to fall.
In that moment, I was terrified. When I used my sword, I intended to kill a phantom outside, and then the effect spread and hurt some people. In the moment, I thought that everyone in there is decently powerful, and they most likely would see it as either an accident or just a small show of strength. But when the battle mage Sealand attacked me, suddenly I felt afraid. I don't think he had any chance of really doing harm to me, but for things to fly off the handle so fast, I panicked. I needed to defend myself, and I used... That spell is bound to a wand, and what it does is it holds the spell. I mean, I don't think anybody else... This is a very remote location, but...
Even here, it's good to be careful.
Yeah, of course. Today, I hope I have the opportunity to speak with Nabubu to apologize. She is kind to a fault, because I told you that I was speaking with someone else, and it was her. The night before, right after all of this happened, I went to Nabubu and I made an offer to her. I asked if she wanted to join me, and I promised her that I wouldn't hurt her. But in my mind, when I made that promise, I thought that she would keep herself out of harm's way. I didn't think she would start to... what I worry about, I know that Nabubu wouldn't try to hurt me personally, but what she was doing by sharing that information, I'm fairly certain that everyone else in the town wants me dead. And they would have taken her advice, allowed her to lead them to me, and then they would have taken advantage of that and killed me, which, of course, is precisely the problem.
If I may, precisely when in the discussion did you first arrive? What is the earliest phrase you can recall, the earliest speaker even? There was an order to the speakers.
Nabubu was... it was when she was talking, and it was during something she was saying about trying to get enough power, and she was sort of saying that once everyone is equal, then there'll be no more problems. But I don't think this is the case, personally.
I understand completely now.
If everyone has the same level of power, I think that all it does... If everyone has high levels of power to try and match me, everyone gains the same access to do harm. People who are playing idle pranks on each other suddenly play pranks that can explode mountains.
In truth, we had actually reached the climax of the meeting. What she was saying in that moment was actually a recap. She was recapping the ideas of others. Had you have been there earlier, you would have heard her ideas. It was actually quite comical. She believes that as punishment, people should be forced to be humiliated. She thinks they should dance as a fool in the streets for days in hopes that they'll be shamed out of committing crimes. And even if her suggestion was a bit silly, a bit naive maybe, she reinforced countless times that she felt that punishment for crime and proactive prevention was very important. As for dealing with you, that was the third of 3 questions each person there was to answer. Her answer was actually that we should try and talk to you. And in the same move, she even offered to sacrifice herself to do it if necessary.
Of course she would.
Her goal from the beginning was to prevent
think
conflict.
of her sacrificing herself for them. They wouldn't bat an eye. They wouldn't blink if she was left behind while they got to move on with their lives.
Indeed, they even tried to continue the meeting without her. She struggled to return for a moment.
The fact is, to them, Nabubu is useful. To me, she was very special. Where everyone in this town is someone who whines and shrieks and bullies and belittles everyone. Just for a cheap laugh, she is always kind. Always, always kind. And even when she sought to betray me, she did so because she thought it was a kindness. And she sought to do so by being kind to me. And yes, I don't think that after what I did, that I deserve kindness anymore. But to know that that's still what's in her heart, it breaks mine. She doesn't belong here. She belongs with better people.
I don't think kindness is to be deserved, to be earned like some common reward. I think kindness is a birthright, though that may be my own naive belief. I still want to think that conflict can be avoided, but I really don't know how to redeem you in their eyes. I really don't. She had more merciful plans, more merciful schemes, more passive ideas, but others, they spoke of stealing your father's notes directly. They spoke of weapons designed specifically to take you down and keep you down. They were quite unified, more than I'd seen them before. And as a mere timekeeper, I couldn't say anything to challenge it.
Of course. To be honest, I've thought about some of these methods they might use. What is it called? The glass sword.
Indeed.
I've heard of this. Something that might be able to instantly kill me. Yet we are aware death in this world is of no consequence. Many of the people in the town hall who were in that meeting had already died, and yet there they were. What will they do if they kill me once? They can't take my things, and I'll be able to make more. I'll come back stronger. None of them know where I've gone. And while I loathe the thought, I loathe to think of how embarrassed I would feel if after everything I've done that I would lose to any of them. Even if I did, nothing would happen. I feel that perhaps a preventative measure is in order. Perhaps now I know that they're planning to find and kill me. And I don't wish to sit and wait each day alone with nothing to do, knowing that people I do care about, like you, like Nabubu, like others, many people. In fact, I feel sad that Mr. Zealand opposes me, because he is very kind as well. He gives others so much. He did his best to control the court and keep things running smoothly, and he runs the community center. So much of his things are taken by others, and yet he is still kind. I wonder if he feels taken advantage of. I wonder why he still fights for them.
I think he sees you as a threat to the very things that you desire. I think he sees you as a hypocrite, and I think he intends to continue showing you kindness. It was quite interesting, actually, in a meeting full of proposals of preventative measures, of retaliations for potential fail-safes. It was quite a moment when Zealand spoke up and said that he proposed nothing. As a matter of spite, as a matter of principle, he believes that you want this. He believes you want conflict, and he believes that it would be the greatest punishment of all for you to receive no reaction whatsoever. He intends to just go about his days and repair anything that's destroyed, reclaim anything that's been lost.
I admire that. He is a smart man, and he is a kind man. The truth is, I would quite like it if there was no further conflict. If there was some way of putting this all behind us, maybe things would be better. But I know it's too late for that now. After that trial and after everything I went through, the battle mage is a curious figure. He's right in the center of town, and I've never known him to be a part of conflict, but he's always privy to it. He's always aware of what other people are up to, what they're doing. He's always listening, and he doesn't take part. All he does is drink his tea and have a chuckle and go about his day, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all enjoy a little bit of gossip. And yeah, what I find so troubling, that's just it. If he leads them to do nothing, then nothing will change. He hasn't been through what I've been through. He hasn't seen what I've seen. Has Elle stolen from him? In fact, I'm sure, actually, many have stolen from him, but he is of a different mind. He prides himself on providing for others, and I admire that. That was never my intention. And yet, because my notes, my resources were from my father and meant for me, I wanted them for myself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And so when I thought that Elle and Roswell were going to steal them, something changed in me. I started feeling so afraid. No one knows just how it feels. No one knows how that felt. Everything came together on that day. Everything. The pranks from the imp and from Zaddy, and following those two and their idle threat that they were going to steal everything from me. And then trying so hard just to be taken seriously, to have people understand how frightened I was. More laughter, more lies, and more nothing. I think this very same thing is most likely happening to Mr. Zealand every day. He most likely has plenty of resources that are taken all the time as the owner of the community center, and yet if he had something like what I had to lose, I think he'd understand just how frustrating it is. I would like for there to be no conflict, but without conflict, will there be change? Will anyone learn when it's time to step back, say sorry, and take things seriously for a moment? Ironically, it seems like now that this is happening, they're finally learning to pull their boots up. Now they're starting to take things more seriously. So maybe my plans worked. I've united them.
I should correct one thing, however.
Yes?
They've made no plan to go after you. They merely want to prepare for your inevitable return. They trust that you'll return.
This is to be expected. I have settled somewhere new, impossibly far away. The idea that someone happens across where I live is in the tiniest possibility, the millionth of chances. I don't think I'm in any danger, even if they were coming after me. So their worry is that if I come back, I will bring with me fire, and they will seek to defend the town. Well, that's fair enough. So what do I do now? I seek now to apologize to Labubu and to Nabubu and only her.
I believe you've exchanged words recently once, but you might speak with the sage again. I mentioned I might need to make an appearance at the tavern to avoid arousing any unnecessary suspicion, and in truth, I spent the entire time there locked in a conversation with them. I think among those at that meeting, they were one of the only people that understood your position, that pitied you at all, that felt anything for your plight, that disagreed with everything everyone was saying. They even refused to take part in the vote.
I did. When I spoke with the sage, they did seem to empathize with me. They did understand what I said. I understand why people call me a hypocrite. To be someone so opposed to conflict and so for consequence, to then commit such an atrocity and expect no consequence in return, that is hypocritical. But no one knows what it was like to feel what I felt and to not be understood. To feel so confused about how serious everything felt, how terrified I felt, and yet there was no understanding, no empathy. Why should I empathize with those who find my struggles to be so nothing? There's no line to draw. Only now that I've done this does it feel like people understand what it means to be sincere. And yet I bet that courtroom was filled with banter and jokes as well, wasn't it? An ominous threat that could take away the town's safety at any moment. Oh, but, there's going to be a talking donkey walking in at some point, interrupting someone's emotional testimony.
Indeed. I do still want to believe in this town. However, I really believe on individual levels there are so many good people there. They've shown me such kindness. And even among those that do the pranks, the laughter, the scorn, they generally have no ill intentions. I fear they're just misguided, but I don't know how to reach anybody.
I understand. And after what I did, how could you? I fear the only end for this is if there is some conflict. And whoever emerges at the end of it will get to decide what happens next. And yet, if I die, I will return, and that is when I will bring fire. The thing about magic that makes it so appealing and so reliable and so dangerous, it's not bound to a piece of armor or some silly little book. It's all in the mind. Once you have those spells learned and memorized, any book you pick up becomes a catalyst. Any wand you inscribe can carry the same skills you've already learned. I think, even without preparation, after my death, if they did bring the glass sword upon me and destroy me, I could return to the town in no more than 10 minutes, and then it would all be ash, and I might finally know peace. Until then, I don't want to cause any problems. I attacked the town hall in self-defense. I broke the window to make a dramatic entrance, you see. But that didn't harm anyone. It was a dampened explosion. It would never have done any serious damage. But then I was attacked, and so I retaliated. And then, even though I had every ability to destroy everyone in there, I didn't. Why not? Well, I don't care for conflict. I don't want to cause unnecessary pain. And I wouldn't want to hurt Nabubu if I had the choice. And that remains true to this day. So for now, I think that all we need to do is be ready. If I will tell you, though, well, that's my end idea. If potentially I do die, I have to confess to you, I do loathe the idea of losing to them. The thought of, after all my hard work, still not being able to vanquish them myself, I feel sick. I feel this pit in my stomach, like my father isn't just putting his hands on me anymore. He's inside of me and he's clawing his way out. Like after my death, he'd return. And then they'd really know what pain feels like. And I think that's why I want you to become stronger. If I had allies, maybe I wouldn't feel so afraid of that feeling. Maybe I'd be able to just return. As someone people now know not to trifle with. And if they try, they'll know that they'll be to blame for what happens next.
In truth, I've wondered the same. I've wondered if only there were others that saw your vision, that saw what you've experienced, that understood you. I've wondered if that might be a way to avoid conflict altogether, even if just under the guise of preparing for conflict. In truth, there was more than just the sage that aligned with you in certain ways. It may surprise you to hear this, but Roswell, the reformed criminal, was also in attendance. And though he has sworn his allegiance to the town, all of his proposals for dealing with crime, for preventing crime, it was as if you were sitting at that table speaking.
That is a surprise, how things change, how things do change. Well, that's good to know. I think we might have more allies than we expect. Perhaps I should extend an offer. Not to join me, but perhaps... Oh, now there's an idea. Perhaps instead of fighting for my own interests, I can take on the interests of those in the town who believe in me. Perhaps someone like Roswell, who believes in my idea, he can be someone who I offer my protection. You can be someone I offer my protection. So, if anyone in the town brings you harm, brings him harm, Nabubu harm, anyone, if there's another senseless death, if there's destruction, theft, any of it, they can call me, and I'll be the one to punish their enemies on their behalf. We won't need to worry about the town authority. What will they do? I can fly at 500 miles an hour right above someone's house and drop a spell that will destroy it immediately and be gone before anyone even knows I'm there. A constant force protecting anyone able to swear fealty to me. Anyone who communicates. I would like your protection, Vitruvius. No cost, no price. Just a willingness to share my ideas. I think that might work.
Nature. You'd be as a law of nature. No one would even know you were there.
That's right. If anything, there is no need to enact justice. I will become justice itself. Yes. Who in their right mind will not agree to this? Who in their right mind will not side with me, knowing that, free of charge, the most powerful spells in the world are at their command? This is what I wanted. When I ran for mayor, this is what I offered to begin with, to be the people's sword and shield, and I can still do that. Even if many of them don't believe in me, I can still show them what a swift hand of justice looks like. I can still show them that I am kind and satisfy my father as well. I think it is possible. I don't have to be alone in order to escape him. I have you. You don't think that this is too much, do you? You're not starting to feel afraid of me?
I trust that you won't bring me harm on purpose. But Vitruvius, you speak time and time again of what might please your father. What is it that you want? That you, the second, wants? What might bring you satisfaction? By thinking of him even in these times, are you not just allowing him to take hold over you? Are you not just playing into his hand?
No. There is no escape from him. He is in my very soul. His blood runs through my blood. When my muscles move, he sends the signal. If I feel a hot pang when I touch a plate that's too hot, he's the one that moves me. Everything I am is everything he was. I have no choice. To be free of him is to be dead. Now, what I want, I'd like to live and be happy. I was living in the town and socializing with the others, and for a while, things felt good. There were days when I would smile and feel close to tears as we joked and laughed together, and I for once felt like, even if I was, every once in a while, the butt of a joke, it didn't feel like they hated me. For little glimpses, there would be these moments where I felt like I wasn't so different anymore, that I had finally found community. I think I understood then what love really felt like. But as time went on, I didn't feel that way anymore. How could I? How could I, when after everything that I had done for those people, all the kindness I tried to show, still nothing could keep peace? That community was wonderful, and yet so fragile. It felt like the floor could crack beneath me at any moment, and all of these people who smiled and joked with me would be swallowed up by hell at any moment. And when we finished that court case, and I saw someone who ripped this town apart, Olera, the defense lawyer, my own neighbor, talking down to me, making me feel small, I realized that I couldn't trust any of them. If community is really free, why have I had to fight for it every day of my life?
It really isn't fair. I'll say that I have love for you still, Vitruvius, and you've no quarrel with me.
Thank you. I have love for you too, Calvin. In you, there's that same pain, and I think others struggle so much. They assume that the pain that they feel must be the pain that others feel. They jab and prod at these corners of you that maybe to them might be tough enough to handle, but to us sometimes becomes unbearable. What might be to them a harmless prank. The idea that a political assassination could be a harmless prank, that's what they said. Clifford was unharmed, and so what? Why? Why bother with a punishment? Why bother if he wasn't killed? Because they tried to. They made an attempt on his life, and all of us, were terrified. That's what I want. I just don't want to feel afraid anymore. I want to feel fear for the last time, wave goodbye to it, and to be able to live my life with a smile. And unless I do this, I know that day will never come.
I will do whatever I can to grow, to learn, so that even what meek strength I can offer might make you feel a little bit safer.
Thank you. And I hope that becoming more powerful will make you feel safer too. I hope it'll make you feel like you can fight them if they don't do as you would like. I understand you're forcing them. But when you ask someone, please, I would like it if you wouldn't do that, maybe they think twice before doing it anyway, before pushing your food into your face. Thank you for speaking with me today. I feel often I heard Nabubu, everything seemed to fall out of line. I had no idea what my purpose was, but now I think I understand again. I will be the arm of justice for anyone who will have me. And then, if they don't know where to find me, how will they stop me? I'll bring justice, and people will finally learn how to behave. And then, maybe not for me, but for the rest of the town, community might finally be free.
Indeed it might.
Very well. I would like to train you. I would like to show you more of what your potential is. I am still, although I trust you, I'm still apprehensive about showing anyone where I have moved to. But I will make somewhere, I will settle somewhere else. In fact, why not right here? Why not build somewhere to train right here and here, far away from any watchful eyes? You and I can work on all that it is that you need to learn to defend yourself. We'll get you up to speed with your spell books. We'll enchant all of your robes, and you can decide, have you thought of which element you feel most attuned to?
Indeed, actually, you read me quite well. I was struggling to get it out before because of that curse that lingers sometimes, but I often find myself sitting atop my balcony, lost in thought, just listening to the wind itself. The thought that I might discern something of import from it, that I might channel it into something. I must say it excites me.
Good. It is exciting. My father was an ethermancer, a wind magician, and he was the very best. Many of his notes are about lightning. In fact, although I've never really been able to get the hang of what made it so deadly, have I shown you what this power will let you do? Have I shown you the most powerful lightning spell that I know?
I don't believe you have, and the most I personally can do is use a mere accessory, a trinket I picked up in a dungeon.
You'll learn to command this power and hold it. And what's more, this version I have is a parlor trick. It's nothing. It won't kill anyone, but with your mastery of lightning, you will be able to deal substantial damage. Any enemy that stands in your way will turn and run. Stand back. Let's see. My father had strange names for things. Called this one Zeus Cannon.
My word! It covered such a wide radius!
And it can get wider. It can get wider. Lightning can strike harder and for longer as well. And if you learn discharge, every time the lightning strikes, it will shock them. And then the discharge will apply even more damage. They will be hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times before they even know what's hit them, before they even begin to adjust, before their eyes can adjust to that sheer amount of light, that power. It could all be yours.
And it will be. I'll do whatever it takes.
Good. Then we have an accord. I will call you when I have prepared this place, and this will be our training ground. The end is filled with measly little beings that we can hunt down and destroy. All kinds of enemies that we can use to test these spells, and in certain cases, we may even be able to test them on each other, although only if you feel ready and with express safety concerns considered. In fact, the others may know what's happening, so we should try to keep each other safe in that instance. Right. I want you to take this. Get a set of diamond armor. There's many enchantments as you can fit on it. The glyphs I'd like you to learn are lightning, shock, and discharge. If you can learn this, I'll call you back here, and we can work towards letting you cast that spell as well.
Someday it will be much larger. I trust.
Oh, but it's a lightning bolt that strikes straight from the heart. It's lightning that goes right to the center of someone. It's lightning that I feel when I think of my father. And perhaps now, if you learn this, maybe you'll surpass him. Maybe you'll even surpass me. And maybe then I can look at a lightning bolt, or feel one, and I'll think of my wonderful apprentice, instead of the father who berated me for never learning how to make it work. But I've said too much. I don't wish to bore you with tales of my childhood.
It's truly no bother at all.
Well,
If anything,
be that as it may.
I'd love to learn more sometime.
Sometime. And I'd love to learn more about you. I've prattled on and on about myself, and as we train, you can tell me more about what it is you seek. You know, you're in a search for your mother, right? Well, if she's far, far away, you'll be happy to know that becoming an ethermancer will allow you to hold down a constant leap glyph, and you will never run out of mana. With an elytra, you can fly at thousands of miles per hour.
It's unthinkable.
No corner of the earth will be inaccessible to you. Wherever she is, you'll be able to get there in minutes.
I look forward to learning more from you, sir.
And I look forward to seeing you grow, my apprentice. I'm very proud of you, and I know that you will do me proud. Excelsior!
Excelsior!
Very good. I will return
In that case,
to my studies, and you shall return to yours. I'll contact you when this place is ready, and then we can begin.
Thank you so much.
Best of
I
luck.
will do my best in the meantime.
Of course.
Be safe.
And to you.
Ah! 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 Oh my god! I'm gonna poop my pants! I don't even have words. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh my goodness. Apologies for the crash out. Excuse me. Oh my god. This kid is not becoming a bard. He's Calvin will never be a bard. I'm sorry to say. It's gone. This is I described when we built this character, and over the course of this playthrough, that he was susceptible to whatever timeline we're in, and that I had vague plans for several timelines. One of those is the corrupted villain timeline. He is a bad guy for sure. Is gone. It's not happening. He's Anakin.
Oh, ho, ho, ho! What a scene! And cut! Beautiful. Beautiful. Man! Where did that all come from? Yeah, come on, baby. All right, that's what it's all about, baby. Oh, yeah.